Hello action figure fans, this is HammerTron here with a new action figure review for you. This time I am reviewing the Valaverse Action Force Sergeant Slaughter action figure. This is from the first wave of Action Force action figures. This was released in 2021. I bought this in 2023. So this is Sergeant Slaughter. We have a nice window box where we can see the action figure and the accessories that it comes with. I like this kind of window box where it wraps over to the top here, letting in more light, so very nice. That's the top. Here's the bottom with some manufacturing information. This side has the Action Force logo. This side says Sergeant Slaughter 01, that's for Wave 1, 06. That is the 6th action figure in the series. On the back we have a cross-cell showing the 6 action figures in the original series of Action Force action figures. So here's Sergeant Slaughter, he's number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mini biography. This is the only Action Force action figure I have from this original first wave. The other 3 that I have reviewed, Condor, Karak, and the Bone Collector, those are re-releases. So I missed out on the others, but we'll see how this action figure looks. What's also interesting is this packaging is a little bit different from the others. It's thicker, so I don't know if all the other original Wave 1 Action Force action figures had very thick packages, or if only this one. So I'll open this up and review it in just a moment. Here is Sergeant Slaughter from Action Force. Let's see how tall this action figure is. According to the tape measure, up to the top of his head there, it looks like he's about 6 1/4 inches tall, or about 16 centimeters tall. So the same height as the other Action Force action figures. So here is Sergeant Slaughter with no sunglasses. So with this particular action figure, the sunglasses are not sculpted on the head. I think there have been several other Sergeant Slaughter action figures, and most of them have the sunglasses sculpted on the head, but not this one. So you have some details on the ears there. He has an extra leather jacket and a shirt underneath, and it looks like there's some sculpted details to show the wrinkles of the shirt. Here are the arms, some sculpted details there. Couple of straps on the legs. This one's to hold the knife, this one's to hold the revolver. These are extra pieces that are put on. Lots of sculpted details on the pants legs. Nice boots here. Treads on the bottom, the peg hole in the heel there. We have some details on the back. And there's a hole in the back there to attach a backpack or something like that. So a lot of nice details, nicely sculpted and painted. So there's his face. So there's a chin. It looks like his chin is jutting out. So a lot of nice work there. Now this action figure, I did heat it up a couple of times with the hairdryer. When I first took him out of the package, he was a bit stiff, with lots of creaking sounds as I moved it, but the hairdryer made the joints move much more smoothly. I had to do it a couple times because it's a really cold day, so cold temperatures affect plastic, so I'm going to be careful here, but hopefully it's still warm enough. We can look very high up, very impressive. We can look down. Turn side to side. Tilt the head a little bit. We have butterfly joints, which move just a little bit. Seems to be limited by this leather or plastic jacket, but the butterfly joints are working a little bit. We can go out only that far, so very limited. For some reason, we can go around So that seems to be working. We have bicep cuts. So that is working. And that one is working. We have double jointed elbows. So they're a little bit stiff. They're getting a little bit stiff because it's just so cold. They did move more smoothly right after using a hairdryer on it. But not too bad there. And at the wrist, we can turn them a little bit. They're pretty stiff. I have not tried to remove the hands yet. I'm a little nervous about that. And there might be hinges this turns. I don't think the hinges are going to move on me. Alright, we have a diaphragm cut here. You can go around, so pretty impressive. There's a waist twist, maybe a ball joint at the waist so we can move all the way around. It's being limited by this plastic leather jacket here. And we can do the splits. And we want to make sure we don't have a knife or a revolver in. That will interfere with the splits. Something might break. Also, this jacket is getting in the way. Otherwise, I think we will get nearly perfect splits. So, that's pretty good. And we can kick forward that much. And back that much. Kick forward that much. And back that much. We have an upper thigh twist. So that is working. That is working. The knees were pretty stiff. That's the main reason I used the hairdryer a couple of times. So after using a hairdryer to heat them up, they move much more easily and smoothly. So normally, well, after using a hairdryer, I think I could get these to bend a little more, but it's pretty cold. So that's limiting how far I can get the knees to go. So that's a little disappointing there. So they're very tight knees. We have boot cuts. So that is working. And that one is working. We can go down this far and go up this far. And we have ankle pivot. Just a little bit there. So they do move a little more after being warmed up by a hairdryer. So all the joints seem to be working, well, except for the wrist hinges. Everything else is a little bit stiff sometimes. It's a little disappointing to use the hairdryer. However, this is the first wave of Action Force action figures. So the following waves have had better joints where the hairdryer was not needed nearly as much, but I'm being extra careful on a cold winter day. So let's try out the revolver here. Let's see if that fits in. There we go. Seems to be a bit loose. And we'll try the knife. And we'll get his hat. So it looks pretty good there. Here are the accessories that come with the Sergeant Slaughter action figure. We get an action figure base or stand with 4 pegs on here for different positions. So it looks pretty nice. And Sergeant Slaughter has his drill sergeant hat. This was on the figure in the package. Looks pretty nice. And we have a pair of sunglasses, tiny little sunglasses. So this seems to be a little bit different. This side has a little part that goes down. This is just straight. I wonder if something got broken or if it's just not straight for some reason. But these look pretty nice, but they're pretty difficult to put on. I haven't been able to make them stick. And we have some extra hands. We have a right trigger finger hand and a right fist and a right pointing finger hand and a left trigger finger hand, a left fist, and a pair of holding hands to hold the weapon, with one trigger finger hand on the trigger, the other one holding the barrel of the gun. So these look pretty nice. They all have hinges, but I haven't been able to bend them yet. I haven't heated them up, so they're pretty stiff, but it's also pretty cold at the moment. Here we have a very nice knife, nicely sculpted and painted, lots of nice details, and a revolver, lots of details sculpted in it, some painting, a hole at the end of the barrel to put a blast effect there. So a nice set of accessories for Sergeant Slaughter. Here is Sergeant Slaughter next to a pair of 4-inch action figures. On the right is an adventurer from an Animal Planet set I reviewed a while ago. And on the left is the Fortnite Jonesy action figure by Jazzwares. And at this scale, Sergeant Slaughter is certainly a larger-than-life drill sergeant. So also we have a pair of hat-wearing gentlemen there. So it looks pretty good. Here is Sergeant Slaughter next to a 6-inch action figure on the left, the Fortnite Legendary Series Havoc action figure by Jazzwares, and a 7-inch action figure on the right, the Masters of the Universe Masterverse He-Man action figure by Mattel. And it looks like Sergeant Slaughter goes well with Firefly. Well, Havoc looks like Firefly, so a couple of G.I. Joe characters made by other companies, so pretty cool. This Sergeant Slaughter action figure from the first wave of Action Force is pretty good. All the joints are working for me, although some of them are a bit limited in the range. I'm not sure what the problem is there. But they were pretty stiff, so I did use a hairdryer. But it is a cold winter day for me here, so that could be part of why the joints were so stiff. And using a hairdryer made them move more smoothly, and I wasn't worried about it breaking, and I really don't want my action figures to break. I also switched the hand with the trigger finger, the right trigger finger hand. So before pulling out the hand, I used a hairdryer to warm it up. I also used a hairdryer again to warm up the fingers so I could put the weapons in easily without struggling too much. If we're struggling too much, then that could lead to a problem. So the hairdryer is useful in making the plastic a little more pliable so we can bend it without making it break. So certainly important to do in winter time, perhaps in the summertime or during warmer weather it won't be such a problem. So all in all, it's a pretty nice action figure. It looks nice, seems to move pretty well. I think the more recent Valaverse Action Force action figures are made of a better plastic or something's a little different, so there's less chance of them breaking even in the wintertime. So thank you for watching my review video. Remember to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with my future reviews. I'll see you next time, action figure fans.